Hello, Luxo community. This video is going to be for you, and it's basically going to be a follow-up on my promise that I said that I will update you on my stance on Luxo project. So I've spent a few weeks observing it, reading a bit about it, researching it. So it's really great to see that the community is still around in spite of Luxo going to a microcap. But of course, the fact that it went to a microcap, today the market cap of Lux token is $8 million. So of course, that fact is also a great red flag, or actually it makes any investment into Lux token a very high risk. Also, as you can see here on this table, I've been comparing it to CHR, which is another low cap or micro cap even today project, the one that I know very well from the past. And I'm also back to researching that, so I just kind of created a comparison. Today, to do all of this research, thanks to the AI, is just a cherry. Uh, it's just a cake, a piece of cake compared to what I had to do 4 or 5 years ago. But that's another discussion. So, and as you can see from the comparison, I have evaluated, I have already also shared on X that I have already deployed into Chromia some of like 1.5% of my total, which is quite a lot given that this is a microcap, right? And I have not yet done that to Luxo, but I most likely will. And as you can see, some of these pros. So it was a really interesting to see that there is a connection, that the Tom Lee visited Fabian, that they've met, which means it means Tom Lee knows about Luxo. So it means that they might do something into the future together. You never know, right? Like, if Tom Lee would do something with Luxo and bring some of the capital into an 8 million microcap project, oh, wow, then we see 10xing, right? We can see 10xing over one night. The volume is so low, 360,000 only daily trading volume. It's so low that it's just 10xing would just happen if serious money all of a sudden come, and then they will not leave. So if the Luxo goes 10x overnight, then maybe it's gonna be consolidating for a year, and it's gonna go down 50, 60, 70%, but it will not go down where it is today. So, of course, this is very special, and understandably, the market immediately reacts. I don't want to mess up my the screen that you have. Like, I don't want to, because I would like you to see everything that I have prepared, but I really need to briefly enlarge the price action. This is on weekly, and as you can see, instantly the token went up, even though we have the week where a Bitcoin and Ethereum didn't do anything. The token did go up 50-60%. Okay, everything is back. So I have not deployed yet. Also, as you can see, I'm not sure you have seen that, I've already drafted a trade. Okay, so this is going to be my goal. I basically have 3 RR with Luxo, or almost 3. Stop loss is at 0, so I will hodl if it goes further down. But the source, this is the famous sorcerer bottoming, the technical what the technical professor actually taught me, that this sorcerer bottoming, that's what we need to look for. But of course, like, naturally it would still hover around these prices that we are for, like, look how long Look how long have we spent already around the 20-30 cents. And equally as long that the time times 2, that's also quite likely before potential takeoff. So we are still talking like from the technical perspective when you see the saucer bottoming, because we have still continued to very slowly go down, very, very slowly, but we are at the turning point or around the turning point, I would say. So we have only now reached the turning point. So, or another way how we can do this is that we could actually create like a bar pattern like this, and then we could flip it. So let me attempt that. This did not work very well. Let me try to, yes, flip it. So this is what I'm talking to you about, okay? So like all the way in 2020, for the rest of 2026, and maybe even for the most of 2027, like still this kind of a crappy, shitty price action. But this is just technical. This is, of course, this doesn't account for some external factor like some money from Fundstrat coming in or something, or crazy things can happen. Like Tom Lee, he has presentations like once we starts talking about Luxo. But anyway, let's just not make now all of our thesis just about one guy, Tom Lee, because I don't think that's correct. So I have designed my trade. I would like to come back a little bit lower than we are, so I'm going to wait for some kind of a red week, because it's already going to be like 20% lower. I would like to, I am accounting, or I would like to get an entry about 22 cents, 21 to 22 cents, and we are at 26 today. So, and then I have actually I can leave this. I have the profit take on 87 cents, and you are probably wondering why so low, or what is this profit take about. So also let me explain. So it's actually very simple, because when you have cryptos, for instance, or even stocks that really fly, or just crash through the floor 90 something percent, which is the case for Luxo. I also use this strategy for meme coins, and it works surprisingly well. So basically, when you measure, let me demonstrate that with this first crash. We had Luxo, like the first crash was in 2024, and then it found a brief footing at $1.3 in late 2024. Okay, and when you switch this, and I have basically measured this with, there are a couple of these are Fibonacci, then we have 0.5 as well, which is psychological level. And when you measure this on logarithmic, so let me switch to logarithmic. So then this 0.5 level, that was $3.71, and on logarithmic, that's the most likely bounce that is coming. And that's exactly, as you can see, that's exactly where we stopped in December 2024. We got to $3.7, 4.1, and that was it again. So I have done the same. I'm now measuring from $4.2. I have measured the whole the 2025 crash, and 0.5 on logarithmic is exactly my profit take. That's 87 cents. Once we get there, of course, then it's going to be up to me. What am I going to do? The worst thing that I should do or could do, the worst thing would be to ignore it and just to say, well, it's gonna go higher. So that is something that I will make, or I hope I will not succumb to do, because the right thing That's already 300% gain. And the right thing is to take at least some profits, because if you take, let's say, half of your position, okay, let's say that you have put like $1,000 over there, and then basically you make your position is worth 4,000 because you've made 300%. So on my profit take, your position is worth 4,000. If you sell half of it, you basically cash in $2,000. So you basically already locked in double. You already locked in beautiful profits. And then the rest of the coins you can leave running, because in case something like I've just opened up with, something with Tom Lee or something else happens, unforeseen, or market conditions really become bullish for altcoins, it's gonna continue. Also, another good idea to, or a good level to think about would be if you measure the whole crash from the top to bottom, and if you look at the logarithmic where 0.5 stands, and the 0.5 stands at $1.43 for Luxo. So $1.43 would be another potential profit take. So there are, like, I like really measuring the levels, and this is a good way how to take profits. It works quite often, and as I demonstrated in the first crash, it worked flawlessly, and I see this pattern all the time, the logarithmic 0.5. Also, another way how to take profits is when you anchor. I switched to daily because I really want to pinpoint the day when the Lux topped in 17th of January 24. And when I make a VWAP, when I anchor that, and I make a VWAP anchor to that top. So this VWAP is important, okay? We've already, again, like when we had the rebounds in late 2024, we did rebounds to 0.5 on the logarithmic of the decline. And at the same time, we also rebounds to this VWAP. As you can see, we make these weekly closes below the VWAP. So I would also argue that the VWAP, that the chart was respecting it. Also, when we go to daily, let me have a look. Yeah, we had, for instance, one close exactly on the VWAP from below. So it was an obvious resistance right here. Even though we briefly broke it, right, on daily. We briefly, but again, on daily, and it's usually the weekly that really matters. When in doubt, zoom out. So as you can see, this VWAP is coming slowly down, and it's coming, and it's maybe going to be about this $1.4, like I've already mentioned. So it's actually maybe going to be the $1.4. That's going to be the next important profit take for Luxo. So this video is getting quite long, so let me finish it. Thank you for watching, and this is my plan for Luxo. I am going to deploy some of my total into it soon, and I have intention to take profits on the levels I have been showing you. And of course, I will update you on how the things will be going.